What are the strategies that we can use to move past fear? There are 5 strategies I'm going to go through here. The first one is to be more fearful of not taking action. To be more fearful of not having the life you've dreamed of. To be more fearful of not succeeding. You don't have to get rid of the fear, but you need to reframe it. You need to use it to move yourself forward, because the fear of not doing something is greater than the fear of doing it. Are you clear? So you need to be more scared, more fearful of staying where you are, than more fearful of where you're going, of the loss you might experience, of the hardness of the work, and of the possibility of the outcome not being any better. I totally actually don't agree with that pain one. And that takes me back to my views on failure, that failure isn't a thing you win or you learn. So in my view, the outcome might not be better, but you've learned a hell of a lot along the way, and that for me is success in itself. So you have to be more fearful of not trying. Strategy. The second one is to educate yourself. Educate yourself. So if you think about something you're scared of, let's say you're scared, well, let's say you would love to run a marathon. That was one of our examples earlier. But the fear is holding you back, like you haven't entered the ballot, you haven't applied to a charity. To be honest, all of those things you haven't done because you class yourself as a non-runner. Now, what if you educated yourself on how to be a runner, on the things you'll need, the clothing you'll have to wear, the way to teach yourself to run, the snacks to drink and eat? Like, what if you were to educate yourself? Because when you arm yourself with knowledge, you build your confidence. And when your confidence is heightened, your fear is lessened. So they're like a trade-off often, in my view. You can have fear being really, really high, and really, quite often, when we are really fearful, our confidence is really low in that area. We're scared because it's an unknown. We don't know it. We're not educated on it. We don't have any knowledge around it. So if we can educate ourselves, what does that do to the fear? If that's 100%, if these have to add up to 100%, yeah, and we increase our confidence, our fear levels are going to come down, all right? So you could go away and educate yourself. That could be a strategy to get past your fear. Number 3 is the rocking chair question. This is something I saw in a talk by Tony Robbins, and I thought, what a great idea, like what a great concept. And I do think asking ourselves questions is incredibly powerful. So this one is take where you are now and that dream of yours to run a marathon, and then pick yourself up, fast forward yourself to being 85 and sitting in your rocking chair in your home at 85, and ask yourself, how will you feel if you haven't achieved that thing, if you didn't do that thing? Will you sit there and regret it? Probably. Will you sit there and think, I wish I had done that? Probably. Will you sit there and feel sad that you didn't do it? Probably. Okay. Now, what happens if you do it? What happens if you ran that marathon and you sit there and you go and you did that? You're 85 and in your rocking chair and you did that. How do you feel now? What do you feel? Empowered and proud, and yeah, proud of yourself, and you did it and you moved through that fear, and you took opportunities as they arose, and you went after things that you wanted to do. It's a great, great question. The rocking chair question. You sit yourself, you move yourself into your rocking chair at 85 and you ask yourself, what happens if you do it, and what happens if you don't? How will you feel? Next way of moving past fear is to figure out, what are you actually scared of? Like I talked about it at the beginning, like I'm not scared of a tiger running through that door going to attack me, am I? But I might be scared that someone will reject my content or will laugh at me or, you know, tell me I'm ugly or something if I put myself out there in a medium of trying to be whatever. But my point is, if you know what you're scared of, then you kind of take control of that. So we are, in today's society, we are typically scared of other people's opinions. But it's something we'll go through in one of the other lessons, is that other people's opinions are none of your business. Someone else's opinion of you is none of your business. Someone else's opinion of you is none of your business. So why are we scared about what, you know, Janet might think? Screw Janet. You want it, you go after it. Don't let the fear of Janet hold you back, of Janet's opinion of you hold you back. So figure out, what are you actually scared of? And honey, if you answer me with failure, what am I going to say? You either win or you learn. There's no such thing as failure unless you choose not to learn. Okay? You win or you learn. You cannot be scared of failure. And the last one is change the question. So our default is to think, what if I fail? I don't want you to ask yourself that. I want you to ask yourself, what if I succeed? What if I win? What if it's a roaring success? What if I complete a marathon? What if I smash my goals? What if I raise enough money? What if 20 people sign up? Instead of saying, what if I fail, ask yourself, what if I win? So the fifth strategy is change the question, change the narrative. So those are your 5 strategies to move past fear. So quickly to recap, number 1, you need to be more fearful of not taking action. Number 2, go and educate yourself. Number 3, ask yourself the rocking chair question. Number 4, figure out what you're actually scared of. And number 5, change the question.